Alright, what's going on, guys? So, I haven't been posting in the last couple days. I've just been really trying to think about what I want to be uploading. And one thing that I said I was going to do, and I haven't really gotten started on it yet, was all my Labyrinth of Legends videos. And I really want to start cracking down on that because a lot of people are doing Labyrinth now. A lot of people are trying to 100% it, just like especially in my alliance. We have a whole spreadsheet of people and like how many paths they have left, and we have a system where we can help out in support. So like if someone is doing a path, everyone in the alliance can like send them one revive, and then it'll help them like 100%. And so everyone in the alliance is like helping each other out and doing Labyrinth and everything. So I figured it's like the perfect time to really start doing these Labyrinth videos. And so I figured today what I went ahead and did, and I looked at every single fight in Labyrinth. And I put together a spreadsheet of the difficulty, and I ranked each champion to like the difficulty that it could be under. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 difficulties. I wanted to get a lot of the difficulties just because certain champions fall in different places. I didn't want to just mush it all together in like a couple columns. We got a lot of space here, so we got extreme, hazard, hard, stupid, medium, easy, and cake. So obviously the cake is the easiest. These are the champions that they should be pretty easy to solo. Just really easy fights. And then extreme is just like the hardest fights in Labyrinth. That these ones will probably cost you the most revives on. Now Maestro, he's a special one. I put him at the top of hazard. It's not like in difficulty rank down. It's just the columns. But Maestro is the first one that came to mind for hazard, just because I didn't want to put him in extreme because he's not the hardest fight, but it all depends on who you're using. And who you're using who you're using changed this whole thing, right? Like if you're using Blade versus a Star-Lord, some fights are going to be easier than others, of course, but this is just trying to be a broad list of the difficulty of the fights, so you know what to expect, really. And you know what to expect for how difficult each fight's going to be, how many items it's going to take, etc. So yeah, Maestro, like if you're using Star-Lord, you could get super lucky and you could just solo him, or you could go in 9 times in a row, he procs regen every single time, and you have to quit out every single time. That's 9 revives right there. It could happen, it just depends. So obviously the class depends for Maestro there. But yeah, so starting off in extreme, we have Juggernaut. Juggernaut is probably my favorite fight in Labyrinth. It's very enjoyable. If you have the right champion, it's not that hard. It's just a long and tedious fight, and you got to play really good. So like Blade is really good for this fight. He's probably one of the best options. Archangel would be exceptionally well as well. Magic would also be really good, but it's hard to get the extended rage timer with a rank 4 magic. But yeah, Juggernaut's really hard. If you guys don't know Juggernaut, it's basically where you have to use a heavy to get rid of his unstoppable, and heavies are not the easiest thing to use. On one other thing, the way I rank this is taking pretty much everything into account, especially their health pool. So someone like War Machine, I'd put War Machine, he'd at least make hazard or extreme if he had more health, but him and Magic both only have 1.5 million health, and same with Venom. So yeah, just having 1.5 million doesn't quite get them into hazard or extreme. Yeah, someone like Wolverine X-23, I put her in hazard because if you're using Guillotine, for example, it could be a really hard fight, but now there's becoming to be more counters, like Archangel's really good for that fight, so it cannot be too bad. Void now, Void is exceptional for that fight if you have the right mastery setup. Yeah, so some other fights that champ that I put in extreme is Agent Venom. Agent Venom can really give people struggles the first time. Once you've fought this champion, once you're like towards the end of finishing this fight, you really start to understand how to fight him and really get that rhythm going. Because it's essentially Bane, a really fast Bane that you have to transfer. So yeah, once you really get that fight down and the rhythm of exchanging the Bane, intercepting him, and just like what you do is when he uses his L1, you can evade like the last 3 to 4 bullets on it, so you can save a ton of block damage, and then you get an in right away. So really, once you get that rhythm down, it's not too hard of a fight. But for like a lot of people, you only do this fight once, so that one time can cost you a lot of revives. So he's probably, I'd say he's in the top 3 hardest fights in Labyrinth. I'd say him and Juggernaut are in that top 3 for sure. Next up we have Spider-Man. Again, Spider-Man, if you have like a 5-star Gwen pool, this fight can be relatively easy if you can get to that 50 combo. If you're using a 4-star Archangel, he can give you a ton of problems. Still, it's just a hard fight. You know that Spider-Man's L1 is not easy to evade. But again, if you can get that rhythm down, if you're good at fighting Spider-Man, it's not too bad of a fight. But yeah, those evades can be crazy sometimes, man. Especially on top of the Labyrinth evade. That's just what makes some evade fights just so much more stupid. We also have Black Widow here in Hazard. She's there because, man, those evades. 3% chance? I don't think so. Next up, Venom Pool for Extreme. Venom Pool, man, a lot of people struggle with him, and it's mainly because, for one, he's a big character, and like him and Venom can be a little hard to fight just intercepting them, just because they're so big, and it feels like they have more reach, and I swear sometimes they do. But also the regen on Venom Pool can just be insane. It can proc. I've seen it proc like 3 times. I've seen a screenshot, 3 regens at once. The big regens, and it can just be super annoying. He can just proc unstoppable in the middle of a combo. You hit him, you're dead. So yeah, and he has like 3.5 million health. So yeah, he's definitely one of the hardest fights. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, if you have like a Spider-Man Stark Enhanced, he's not too bad because of the auto evade. If not, though, he can really mess you up. I've seen him mess up a lot of people. Ultron, man, Ultron's evades are crazy. If you're using like a Star-Lord on Ultron, it's pretty difficult. If you have like a Stark Spider-Man, you can just use the L3. That's what I did against him, and it worked wonders. He was not hard for Spider-Man at all. But yeah, Ultron can be a really hard fight. Next up, we have Blue Cyclops. I've heard people say that Blue Cyclops was the hardest fight for them in Labyrinth, so I'd say he probably is. It's probably him, Juggernaut, and Agent Venom as the 3 hardest in Labyrinth. Maybe Venom Pool sneaks in there. It depends on the player, but yeah, Blue Cyclops, it's all about intercepting, evading that L1, getting the intercepts, and then doing like 4-hit combos and doing some other funky stuff. It's a really fun. It was one of my favorite fights. Really love intercepting on that fight, but using Stark Spider-Man for it, I wish I had a Star-Lord for that fight, just because when you use Stark Spidey, he auto evades the L1 when you evade it too, and then it puts you so far back by the time you swipe in to punish the special one. He's either gonna block it or he's just gonna intercept you. So you can't reliably punish it with Spider-Man. So yeah, it's tougher. But with if you're a good player with Star-Lord, you could solo him. But yeah, a good player with Star-Lord could take him down in like 1 to 3 revives. He can just be a really hard fight though. Like if you don't have the right champs, if you're doing it like when Brian went through there with Hulk and his Gwenpool, man, that fight took him quite a while. But he did good. It's just about intercepting, and I think it's a good fight. I like it. So touch upon some other fights here that you may. What fights could be some controversial ones that I placed? Falcon and Ant-Man, I put them over in stupid, just because, you know, Ant-Man's stupid. Falcon, the L1, you can just take that block damage, it can be annoying. Moon Knight, he's in there just because, you know, if you do it, I've seen some people do it during the evade cycle, man, that would suck. Magneto, because Magneto is just stupid because you have to chain up your team, you know. Colossus, man, Colossus catches you. His something you guys might not know actually. Everyone, when you ask someone what's Colossus's whatchamacallit, his special ability in Labyrinth, enigmatic ability, that's what it's called. They'll say, and I'm sure you guys are thinking right now, if he blocks your special, you take the damage. Right, that's it. But also a part of his enigmatic ability, if he hits you with a heavy attack, it's an instant kill. I'm not sure. I don't know if Iceman's ice armor would work or not. But yeah, man, it's an instant kill, and it's caught me a couple times, man. You need standard ground there. So yeah, Colossus can be annoying. And then yeah, for the medium, easy, and cake fights, those are just more of the easier fights. But some of them can be a little bit tricky, like Red Hulk. His heat charges can give him, like, so you're not doing that much damage. It can be really annoying. Elektra evading that L1, it takes some practice to get used to it. Spider-Gwen, her L1, she gets that evade, it can be annoying. Cyclops Red, if you're not good at evading that L1, it's super annoying. Star-Lord, he just has so much health, so he can't really get put into easy. Civil Warrior, he's okay. Just the L1 can be annoying, all those armors. So yeah, Rhino, he's in hard. He doesn't quite make hazard just because he's not too difficult to fight. Especially if you have like Blade, you can just turn off his unstoppable. So yeah, Venom isn't hard, man. Venom can really mess you up. I've had some runs where I was doing good. I had like 20 revives used maybe, on a hard path, and I get to Venom, and I die to him like more than 5 times. It's just, he just catches you sometimes, man. Again, it's the same thing with Venom Pool. It's just a big character. It can just, I don't know why, man. It's Dormammu's the same way. Just a big character. It feels like they have that extra bit of reach, and they can just catch you sometimes. And these can be aggressive, really do a lot of block damage. You can just get you stuck in that corner, not throw the special. So that can just be really annoying. Touching on some opponents in Hazard, Electro. Electro is probably the most annoying fight for me in Labyrinth because I use Archangel. I suggest using Gwenpool for this fight. Once you get to 58 combos, you don't have to worry about anything. But with Archangel, you're constantly having to worry, keeping all the neurotoxins up, and it's just, I hated that fight. And yeah, Black Widow, man, those evades are crazy on her. Jane Foster, she's not too bad, but you can, if you try to intercept, like if you normally always intercept and you know when to intercept, you know, when they're coming at you and you just go in, or you think when they're coming at you, but then Jane Foster just doesn't, and you hit her on the block, and then you have shock damage. So yeah, it can be easy to not hit her when she's blocking, but you know, you can just, or you can just have a brain fart in the middle of the fight, hit her when she's blocking, boom, you got shock. It can just be annoying. So yeah, I think she's deserving of that Hazard. Black Panther Civil War, he's just annoying. You have to really change the way you play. You can't parry pretty much at all. Once you got those armors up, you try to be really careful. Thor Cosmic, he's similar to Juggernaut in the fact that you have to use heavy attacks. So like having multiple hit heavy attack characters are really good. So like Gwenpool would be good here. Blade was really good for me. His heavy attack's amazing. Stark Spidey is pretty bad for Thor. I didn't use him just because his heavy is the one web shot. And basically when you're fighting Thor, you get these passive charges on you, and if they expire, you get stunned. And yeah, you'll be dead if that happens, because he'll hit you and you're stunned and you die. And you have to use a heavy attack to get rid of them, but each hit on the heavy gets rid of 1, and you can have 3 on you. So like Blade, he has like a bunch of hits on his heavy, and then he gets rid of all of them. But Spider-Man, he uses heavy once, and he only gets rid of 1, and then he can get stunned, and yeah, and his block efficiency is booty. So yeah, Thor can be really annoying. But yeah, he's not too bad. Hulkbuster is a very similar fight to Jane Foster, but he just has a lot of armor and health. Well, I think it's the same amount of health, but he just has a lot of armor, so that can be a lot annoying, reducing your damage by a lot. The last few fights on here, A-Bomb and Gilly, these fights are just super. I was thinking about putting these in extreme, but the fights themselves are just so easy, you can't really put it in extreme. So that's why I didn't, but it's so annoying because you have to bring a double immune character. A lot of people have to bring in a 4-star. Oh, using a 4-star on these fights just suck because you can play perfect, but you're gonna time out. The enraged timer is just gonna kill you, and then yeah, it can take like 17 revives or so with a 4-star, and that's just super annoying if you don't have the right 5-star for it. Last up, OG Vision. OG Vision is an interesting fight. I like it. I think it's a fair skill-based fight. But it can be a little annoying. It can catch you off guard sometimes. Like when I was doing this fight, I was using my specials. I didn't care. I wasn't scared. I would just pop my L2s as I got them. And if you run out of power, basically, and you dash back, you get stunned. And every time you dash back, you lose a little bit of power. So yeah, it's a fun fight. It's really interesting. You know, in that power, his synthesis can come at any time. Not any time. Like you know roughly when it's coming, but it can just surprise you, and then boom, he gets an L3 if you're not managing that power, and you're dead. So yeah, just a fun fight though. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for my list here. If you have any changes, any suggestions to my list, go ahead. If I forgot a Labyrinth champion, let me know. I'm pretty sure I got them all. I counted twice. I hope I got them all. That'd be embarrassing. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you agree with my list, if you have a different opinion with me, let's just keep it civil in the comments though. And yeah, let me know if you guys, let me know what Labyrinth videos you guys personally want to see next. Because yeah, I want to make a lot more Labyrinth videos, help people get through it. Yeah, let me know you guys' ideas. I love when you guys give me ideas for videos. You know, thinking of ideas can be a little hard sometimes. So yeah, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope this helps you in any way when you're doing Labyrinth. If it's just knowing what to expect more for a fight. I have a playlist of all my Labyrinth runs as well if you want to see any of those fights. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, smash that like button. Subscribe for more Labyrinth content to come. And again, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.